Wow, beautiful silk print. But what to make with it? I have an idea. Coming up. I have this beautiful print I'm going to be making a skirt out of. Oh, look at this. Gorgeous. What do you do with such a crazy print? You can't really cut it up. I mean, you can, but why? Got to keep it in full glory. So, I'm going to make the rosy skirt. I've been wanting to make this skirt for a long time. Months and months. I bought it in Los Angeles. Must have been there in September. And I bought it at the Mood fabric store in LA. And I was walking by. I did a video on this, but I was walking by. I had to go out to my car and come back in. And I was like, I got to not look, because then I won everything. And I just kind of went there and my eye caught it. And I was like, oh my God. And I love city scenes. So this one has some kind of city in it, like boardwalks or roads or something. I don't know. But I mean, the clock stands out more. So the clock. And also, what odd colors. Pink and olive and this other pinky color. I've already bought, an olive shirt. Then I was donated some fabric, and this is a beautiful silk, and it matches perfectly. I can't even, wow, what an odd color. I also found some shoes to go with this, and there's that odd color, so I'm probably gonna look silly wearing this, I don't know. But I also found this right here, and I found this at Joann's. So it's got pearls on netting. What do you do with that, right? Cold. So I have been making this skirt called the Rosy right here. And I made this one. I've worn it a few times. It's my square circle skirt. I also have it in, this is one I made. I don't know if I've got this out on video yet, but it's a patchwork skirt. You see the square? It's like literally a square, like that. And it's connected to a yoke. And it's real simple to make. So, one thing with that print, I don't want to cut it up. So I was like, I've been kind of going, what pattern can I use? And I think, I made 4 of these already. I think it's probably my favorite skirt pattern already. So when you have a favorite skirt, you make it. What are you gonna do? But so I gotta make. So with that print, I don't want to cut it up. So I'm just gonna put it all. It's just, there's like no seams in this. It's actually literally like this right here. Now you can see the inside of my skirt. But it's a square. So you can go like that. And there's no cutting of that. Oh my gosh. I just thought of that. So also, then I found this fabric. I was like, I don't know, it's intriguing. So I'm actually gonna do a layer over this. It's gonna be a 3-layer skirt. So I'm gonna do this as the bottom layer, like a lining, and it's gonna peek out. I cut it 2 inches shorter than the top. And then I put this one, I'm gonna cut the same, I don't know. Could cut it the same as this one, but maybe, no, I think I'll cut it the same as this one. So it'll be 2 layers of that one, and then a longer layer, something like that. 3 layers, but this is really nothing. The problem is, the goal was not to, if I sit, I don't want to sit on these, but with the skirt, you sit on them. So I'll just wear it when I'm standing. What are you gonna do? What you gotta do for fashion, right? I'm gonna start cutting this out. The easiest way to cut this skirt out is cutting the lining first. Warm myself up until I cut the other one. Is I laid the pattern out here, and this fabric is torn here. So the next one, I'm just going to be clipping the edge and just tearing these, because this always tears right on the grain, and I'll have it really accurate. And it's taking the whole piece of fabric up here. Actually, yeah, this was 44 inches wide. But I'm going to just get invisible marker here, the pen, and then draw the curve, and then it'll be easier to cut out, because cutting silks in a curve is kind of hard. So then I make sure I have my notch here, and I'm going to put little notches on the centers right there. And then I pinned that there, and then I just won't move anything, and I should probably do this with pinking shears, but pinking shears is even harder to cut. I just get this cut like this, and then I have it cut out. I have that all lined up, traced my mark here. Put this so it doesn't slip. Make sure these don't slip. And then, oh gosh, this fabric is just, that's why I really love these cutting boards, because you just anchor all that in. This stuff just slips like crazy. Right here. So, okay, now to cut the illusion. Okay, I think I have this worked out. So I folded my pattern up 2.5 inches all the way around, so that helped. And then I just put this selvage to selvage. I have the selvage at the end here and have it just anchor pinned on my cutting board here. And then I just have to cut this out. And I'm going to use short bladed scissors to get in here. And look, there's a bead right there. I have to. The problem is when you don't want the beads kind of close here, because there's got to be a seam allowance to get the yoke on here. So I'm going to have to pull them out. Hopefully there's not one right there. Actually, there is one right there. That guy's going to have to go. It's not a big deal. I just don't want it to. Okay, let's see how this turned out. There we go. I'll just go right on there. Gotta make sure I got little beads out of the way here. Oh, that guy's right there. And I just have to, for the most part, it looks pretty good. I just have to get this guy out of here. And that one. Just have to, how did they get those in there? That's crazy. That is a lot of work. All right, the pretty part of this is you can really see right through it, and then the pearls there kind of makes you go, what is going on here? All right, well, this is how it's looking. Got it all put together. You can see through the illusion really well, and that is going to be great. I can't put this all together yet until I hem the 2 edges, or all 4 of those edges, but it'd be pretty easy. It's just a 1 inch, and then I fold it over. Also, I have to cut the yoke out. I was thinking I had extra fabric left over, but no, I have to cut the yoke. Like, darn, there goes my top. I have my yokes cut. I got my car in there, and my clock on this side. It's so hard to tell the right side on here. And I have this one. Got skyscrapers here, top of a building here, and my clock. And there you go. Kind of. I think I'll make this one the front because I like the car. So these will go right sides together. Double check the right side. I think that's actually the right side. And sew the side seams right here. And then I have to cut out the lining. I have the yokes all cut out and pinned right sides together. Just gotta sew the side seams on the lining and all. Have my skirt ready to go. I just have to separate these now and mark these hems up 1 inch. Do the whole hemming. That'll take a little bit of time, but they're really easy. They're just square ones, so it's pretty simple, but a lot more pressing than sewing. So I'm gonna pick that up tomorrow. Got fuzz all over me, and I need a break. That was a tough cutout. All right, I'm back to do the hem. I have to just hem these pieces, the skirt pieces. I got the squares cut out, and I just have to do pressing on all 4 sides. Pretty simple. I actually got this lining one all ready to go, and I just pressed it up. One side, hit right on the selvage, or actually on both sides. There's the two selvages and then the cross grain with the fold, and I just pressed it up so you can see the selvage right there. But that means one side is going to be a little bit longer because I allowed for a 1 inch when the second layer goes over it to be 1 inch over. So I'll see how it looks. Probably won't matter really. I don't know. So the hem's done and they look great. I had the hardest time finding the right side of this fabric. It's crazy. But I got the little corners really well done, just like a pivot, and looks like a square. But under here, I'm gonna have to anchor this down somehow. Maybe just like a little hand stitch. I could put the little fusible glue, but it might make it a little crispy. I have to test it. But hem's done. Looks really good. Now I've got to put these two together with the illusion on top of it, and then stay stitch and baste those together. Got the yolks done, and now I think my next step is to cut out the bias strips out of the pink to make my bias strips. I got all my tools together, got my 45-degree angle, got to get my fabric right on the bias, use my ruler to connect the dots, long shears to cut really long lines, and my invisible marker will give me some nice purple lines. All right, I have my bias strips all marked with a 2.5 inch strip. Just have to cut these very carefully. I like to use my long shears. Actually, this is cutting together much easier than I thought. Now I'm going to sew these together. I'm just going to come this way. So that, this way, the little 1 inch or little 1/4 inch seam allowance here, and they should line up really nice. And then I'll press this, get it really even, and then I baste it onto the skirt. Have my bias strips all folded perfectly in half. Got my stitch in there, and don't think I need this much, but I just cut 2 widths of the fabric. Then I have my skirt ready to go. I have the 3 layers together. I have my illusion, my print, and my silk lining layer. So that's how it looks right here. It's looking really good. I have the illusion's a little longer on some of the spots, so I don't know if I might trim it. One of my sides was a little longer because I just used the selvage to figure out which side that was. Because on the sides, it looks like the illusion's hitting it right at the end, and then the fronts, at least I think that's the front, don't know yet. I think it is. It's longer, but I just have to figure it out. Not gonna worry about that part right now. So now what I need to do is baste this onto the top part of the skirt here, and then I'll get the yoke and put the yoke on that and attach it. That's it? Well, it's not it, but it's getting closer. It's almost a skirt. Have my bias strip all placed on there, and I even got it mittered, as they call it, something like that, the angle, the bias part. Where'd the other part go? Oh, I don't know. It's so good I can't see it. There's 2 spots. I have that, it's when you see the angle of the bias there, and then the other one is up right there. That is such a struggle for me when you have them coming around, and usually I just flap it under to connect it, but I really wanted to get this like the bias is connected. It's kind of a jigsaw puzzle, and it's hard to do. Didn't take as long as usual. So now I have this on there, and now I have to add, I'm just going to do 1 layer so far, because the other layer is going to come in and get hand stitched to enclose the whole yoke seam. So I got found my front on here too. I wanted the front, I wanted the clock to be on there, right there. I know there's a car around here somewhere too, but so I made sure I got my front, and then I have my front picked out on my yoke. I have the clock right there. So I want the clock on my right hip. Anyway, so I'm gonna put these right sides together, stitch it. I don't think I'll baste it. I think I'll just stitch it. I gotta really make sure it's an accurate 5/8 of an inch so that the bias right here just pokes out right where I want it. Hopefully all that works. It's a tricky part. You don't want to be like 1/2 inch, 5/8 like that. You want it to lay as smooth as you can go. So I'm gonna work on that. Ta-da! It looks great. I have to press the seam up so that this will come down, but it looks really good. I love the bias piece in there. It kind of connects the colors. And there's my front. So I just got to get that down there. And then I have to add the yoke in there and then press the, we call that, press that part down here so that I enclose all of this. And then I just add on my simple fold over elastic and the skirt's almost done. This is so pretty. Had a couple little problems with these little pearls getting up in here. I might have to go over and once I press it and see how this all looks. Might have a little spots where the pearls, I had to go around it with the pearls. Got to get a zipper foot in there, but it's looking really pretty. I'm very excited. I love this skirt pattern. I think this is my 4th one I've made of this squared circle, and I have another one planned. I can't wait to get started on. I've got to do that one. I've got this coffee print that I got some ideas for. Anyway, I'm going to press this and get it finished. Voila! It is looking so beautiful. Oh my God. You should feel this fabric too. It's just like, it's like heaven. It's glossy. Really hard to tell the front and the back side of this, but the front has a little bit shinier. And it's a bummer. I have this all lined and I won't even be able to feel it. I have this other silk. This is how it looks like on the inside right here. I've got the yoke facing all pinned here, and then I have it all stitched up on the top because now all I have to do, turn this inside out. Oh, all these pearls. This thing got a little heavy. Oh my gosh, I guess those pearls have some weight to them. But now all I have to do is put elastic on the top part. So I have my fold over elastic ready to go. I have it marked in quarters. I have the center back seam, so I got the half and then the marked in the quarters with the little purple marks. And I just stretch it as I go and zigzag over it, and then it's done. Then I think I'll hand stitch that yoke part tonight, and then it's ready to wear. I'm so excited. This is so pretty. I've got shoes to match this. I've had almost this exact pink. It's a very strange. They're Birkenstocks, the plastic ones, and they're just, somehow they had that color, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get those ones. And then I have my olive shirt ready to go. Well, actually, it's not ready to go. I bought a bunch of colors of these, and I got them to fit my bust line, and then I have to take them in here, and then the sides, and then shorten them, and there's like all these alterations. If I had to, I think they were $20 a piece. If I had to pay somebody to alter them, it would probably be about $30 to alter it. So, but I like the way they fit after I alter it. So I rarely buy anything and not alter it because I always find problems. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the dress form. Skirt is done. This turned out so pretty. I have it all pinned in the back here, but wow, I like how I have the little starburst on the back. But it turned out so great. And I love my clock right there, and then there's a big city scene and skyscrapers right here. This fabric is just gorgeous. I love this pattern, and I can't wait to wear this one. I don't know where I'm gonna wear it. It looks pretty dressy, but when you actually just put it with a knit tank top and then some sandals, it's dressy, but not. You can make it more casual. So I just love this, and I love the way these dips happen right here, and there's just the different colors you can see, and the pearls. I wonder how this is going to be to sit on. To make sure I don't sit on it too long. Anyway, I used to design gowns for the Oscars, and my clients would go, I love all the beadwork on the dresses, but sitting in it for 4 or 5 hours was not a good idea. So I always think about that, like sitting on the pearls and stuff. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and let me know if you found any beautiful prints in your closet or at the fabric store. I'll see you in the next video.